Hey guys, it's Monique here at Aikendale. This is vlog number 5. Not a lot kind of went on this week. It snowed at the beginning of the week, and we were just kind of trying to catch our breath, to be honest. I did a lot of paperwork and stuff like that. We do have a new logo, so that is up and going. But most of my week was paperwork, which is not very exciting to show. So, I want to show you today. I went and did another training ride for Back of the Watch. He was adopted out in the fall, and I've been kind of trying to help them a bit. So I thought it would be fun to kind of talk through my ride on him and then talk through me instructing the adopter, Annie, on her ride. So that's what you guys are going to see today. So this is about halfway through my ride. I meant to get more video, but there was a horse stuck in the fence, so everyone kind of had to go help with that. So right now I was working on some walk, trot, trot, walk transitions. The walk is the hardest for him. He just turned 6, so he still has a lot of muscle he needs to gain. So I just was focusing on keeping the bend and in the transition trying to move him over a little bit. Obviously, he is still really quite green, so you're not going to get some big steps, but I was trying to keep the hind end moving here so he doesn't lock up, because he tends to either kind of pull down or get really stiff and drop behind the leg. So I just wanted to keep the hind end working here. So that's what we're doing. He is getting kind of tired here. He's not that fit at the moment, but he was being really good. I felt like they were getting better. Kept kind of repeating it a couple times. I don't like to drill them too much, but they do learn from repetition. So he gave me a good couple ones both ways. So here I'm just kind of riding around again, working on getting him more supple both ways. He definitely falls in a little left here. To the left, we're going to the right now, but working on getting him to do a little counter bend. That's what I wanted in that corner, and he did not really feel the need for it. And then I worked him back to the right. I think I changed direction here shortly, but I'm trying to move his left shoulder to the right here. That's where he wants to fall left, is in that turn. So I'm just thinking, get that left shoulder to the right. I had a decent transition. We've been working on this. He was struggling a bit with them, so I kind of came to help them. Again, this corner, he's just a little stuck. Keep trying to work through it. I think he could be going a little bit more forward for where he's at. That's probably why he's getting a little sticky here. So I probably should have pushed him a little bit more, but now he's starting to kind of relax. Definitely keep working on the bend, getting him supple. I don't really care necessarily where he is in his frame, as long as he's not pulling down. He can be low, he just can't be pulling down. And I think that's really key from a young age to teach them to carry their own balance. He has a really good neck, but he definitely can get a little bit on his forehand. So that was a really good transition. I gave him a little pat here. You can't really see it. Go back to the left. He's much better already. Changing directions, and then I think I can to the left again. Again, falling in just a little bit. I'm trying to keep my left hand up to help keep that left shoulder in line. Let's see what else. Yep, just trying to push my hands forward here. I get up. He's still, you can see his haunches are a little to the left here, so he still needs to not fall in as much, but he's being pretty good. Let's see how my transition is to the canter here shortly. It's important to always pick different points to canter with these green horses because they are smart. So that wasn't terrible. He definitely still hollowed out in his back, but he, like I said, he kind of has been having some issues, so this wasn't too bad. So I kept kicking with my leg, trying to keep that left shoulder in line as hind and underneath them. Again, I probably should be going a bit more forward here, but he was being so good. Again, don't care where his frame is as long as he's not pulling down. If they do pull down, it's important to keep your hands up and forward and keep that hind end underneath them. So that was a good downward transition. He was really on my aids there. As you can see, he definitely is getting pretty tired. So there he kind of grabbed the bit from me, and I did not really appreciate it. So what I did is I kicked him, and he grabbed the bit, and so when he did that, I did pull back, which I should not have done, but I was trying to lift my right hand up, straight up, so that the shoulder wouldn't lock. That's kind of what I was doing there, as well as you can see, as soon as he gave, I gave with him. It's important to not pull as best as you can, but we're all guilty of it. Especially when they do grab the bit. But as you can see, he went right back to work, just need that little correction. And then it's important to forget that and just keep working. So here he is. Again, he's pretty tired. It's getting a little low. Do a little pull just to kind of distract him, give him a nice little reward so he's not doing the same thing over and over again. But he's quite a lovely horse. I really do love that horse. Again, that left side, working on that. Back over the pole, good rhythm, good frame here, good straightness. And then a good transition. So that's kind of how I thought I ended my ride. Worked a little bit the walk here at the end because that is something he struggles with. But big pats, I was saying he was a really good boy. I really do love riding this horse. So overall, very, very good. So now Annie got on him after my ride. She was a little nervous just because maybe the previous rides hadn't been going that well, but I assured her we were on the right track. It's really important to trust the process and to have a trainer that you really do trust, that even though if you're nervous, they put you in a position to succeed. And that's kind of what I was telling her about, that I rode him before. I've been riding him. He feels great. He feels confident, and now it's her turn now to learn. So all we're doing here is working on getting her leg around him, so she's not just floating the reins and she's dictating the speed. So we're just working on trying to get a little right bend, and to keep the pace moving without her pulling back and stopping him, but also him not just dictating where he wants to go. So we're kind of working on that. We were working on a trot transition as well. I was telling her that it has to be when she is ready, not just because this is what you're supposed to do. So here I am. I think I'm probably yelling at her to trot more forward. That's a big thing we're going to be working on, is just getting her confidence up to have a bigger trot. It's a bit like driving a car. If you guys haven't driven a car with power steering, you will know. It's really hard to steer and to do anything if you're not going. It's the same thing with the horse. If they're not going, if their hind end isn't going, they're hard to steer, they're stiff, everything's just more difficult. So it's important to just keep pushing the hind leg underneath them, keep them coming forward. As you can see, he's really good, really quiet. Again, same thing, working on tempo, working on keeping her shoulder blades back, working on getting a little right bend here, keeping him straight in the body, and you can see it's getting better. I'm like, come on, keep going. So she's finally getting a bit more confident. And here we go. Good. And this is a better trot right here. So I'm just trying to have her kind of push him into that left rein, open up the right rein just a little bit, see if he drops his head down. There you go. Good, you can see here he's starting to kind of put his head down forward just a little bit. She's starting to kind of take a breath here. There you go. Much better pace than it was in the beginning. And she's doing a really, really good job. Good. And then we're going to do a circle here, and I think we're going to end. Good, that's all right. I think she kind of wanted to keep trotting. I think he wanted to walk, and then I think she was like, oh, okay, maybe we're just going to walk. But that's not a bad thing for where that they were at. I'd much rather see them wanting to walk so that she learns to put her leg on when she's nervous, and that it's not a pulling game, right? And here it's a nice relaxed walk, so we're going to change direction. I know she had some really nice work to the left. So again, working on trying here, keep them going, right? When you turn, you got to keep that going. He's got to now change bends. And all that should change is just your leg. So I think I let her walk a little bit here. Again, she needs to keep her shoulder blades back, but he's being a really good boy. And it's important that you don't put this much pressure on yourself to be perfect, right? This is a learning experience, right? You have your trainers, you have your programs in place that they make your lives easier. You know, you're not a horse trainer. You're here to learn. You're here to enjoy your horse. So find a trainer that can help you achieve your goals, but don't have this expectation that you need to ride, you know, at the top level and be perfect every second of the day and you can't make mistakes. It's not the case, right? You can't make mistakes. It's how we learn. Just have a program in place so that the horse's confidence stays good, their mouth stays soft so it's easier for you to learn, and overall it's just a good experience. And then before you know it, you'll be on a roll, you'll be going to shows, and you'll be able to have a better feel for the horse. But it is a process. But don't put all this pressure to be perfect. Absolutely not. And it's okay to be nervous. As a trainer, it's our job to ride these horses and not let our emotions affect them. There's obviously horses I've been nervous riding, but it's my job to put that aside. But you can be nervous. It's part of it. And part of you learning is how to deal with your nerves. And the only way you're going to do that is if you do face your fears and you do just keep working through it. So we're back to the trot here. Again, I keep pushing her to be more forward, more forward. She's a bit strong on her right side of her body, so this side's actually a little bit easier. So I keep going, come on, push him forward, because you can see he's getting long. His hind ends, you know, not underneath them. So I'm like, come on, cluck, kick. Good. And here, he's good in the mouth. Just needs to come forward. But right here is just great, because you're starting to kind of learn what works, what doesn't work. This is a much better trot here. I was getting really proud of her. Again, he's falling in a little left, but that's not a big deal for her to worry with right now. And her position is quite good here. There we go. This is lovely, right? This is beautiful. And this is what she needs to focus on, you know, as a rider in this stage is tempo and getting him to be soft in the mouth and not pulling you forward. Keeping the shoulder blades back, keeping the hind end underneath you. Yeah, I was proud of her. She like kind of kicked him to go forward, and then he's like, oh, this is so much better. And then went right back down to the walk. So as you can see, he's a really, really good boy. I'm really proud of her. I'm really proud of him. So I'm excited to kind of see these two and have them grow together. And it's really important here. I kept going, make a big deal about how good he's being, because they really do feed off of that. And they want to be told they're good, right? We have to have expectations. We have to, you know, have structures in place, but they have to enjoy their work. So that was the end of Watch's ride, or Hunter's ride. I'm very sorry. His name is Hunter now, but it is back of the Watch. Okay, go. Okay, guys, so that is the end of our vlog number 5. I hope you guys enjoyed my little training session, maybe learn a trick or two about how my process is. Hopefully next week we will have more going on and there will be more to show you, and fingers crossed it stops snowing and that summer will be soon on our way.